Hello, and this is Delia again, and I have another story. I know it's not Thanksgiving time, but this is a story of the Berenstain Bears, and everybody loves the Berenstain Bears. Scarlett, do you like the Berenstain Bears? Scarlett, do you like the Berenstain
Uh-huh.
Bears? You do, don't you? Berenstain Bears are neat. Let's find out what this one's about. It's called Thanksgiving Stories, and we got the little birdies on there singing while we read the stories. Okay, here we go. Give thanks. Look, there's Mama and Papa, brother and sister, and they're all dressed up for Thanksgiving with a turkey. Look at the turkey. And all the pumpkins. Look at the pumpkins. Pumpkins! Yay! Here we go. It was autumn in Bear Country, and the sights and sounds of the season were all around. The leaves on the trees were turning orange, red, and gold. There was a nip in the air, and the sky was a brilliant blue. Flocks of geese flew overhead, honking their way south for the winter. Out in his cornfield, Farmer Ben was up on his big red tractor, harvesting his crop. Papa, brother, and sister bear waved to him as they drove up the long drive to the farm. Papa was delivering some new furniture from Mrs. Ben. It was a fine new kitchen table and chairs. See the kitchen table and chairs? Yay, and there's Farmer Ben. He's on his big red tractor harvesting the crops. And look, little squirrel and deer looking at him. Ben climbed down from his tractor and went to meet them at the farmhouse. Papa and the cubs uploaded the table and chairs and carried them inside. Mrs. Ben was pleased. Why, my, don't they look nice, she said. It brightens up the place a bit. They do make my curtains look a mite shabby, though. I guess it's time I made some new ones. Thank you, Papa Bear, said Ben, shaking hands. A job well done. Now, about our little deal. The cubs wondered what deal Ben was talking about. Oh my goodness. Let's see what he's talking about. I told you that you could have the pick of my produce in payment for the furniture, said Ben. That's right, Ben, said Papa as he nodded. I was thinking of a few cases of your extra special grade A apple blossom honey. Papa licked his lips just thinking about all that delicious honey. Do you like honey?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, our friends might like honey too. That's fine, agreed Ben. You're welcome to it, and I have something else behind the barn that I think might interest you. Look what's behind there, a turkey. Meet Squanto, said Ben. My tom turkey. Isn't he a beauty? Squanto was indeed a magnificent bird. He was enormous with a huge fan tail and glowing colors of black, red, and gold. Wow, said Papa, impressed. That's some turkey. He's beautiful, said Sister. But why is he called Squanto? That was the name of the native bear who helped the pilgrims plant their corn when they settled in their new home, explained Ben. Squanto celebrated the first Thanksgiving with them after their harvest. I couldn't think of a better time for a turkey. This feels a lot better than being in that hot house, don't it?
Huh.
Yeah. The central air's not working well. He sure is a fine bird, said Papa. But what's he got to do with my furniture? He's yours if you want him, said Ben. He'll make you the best Thanksgiving dinner in all of Bear Country. Papa's eyes brightened. Roast turkey, yum, yum. Thanksgiving dinner, said Sister, getting upset. But that means... Now don't you fret, Sister Bear, soothed Ben. Squanto can stay here till Thanksgiving. I'll fatten him up and deliver him all ready for your mama to cook on Thanksgiving morning. What do you say, Papa? Is it a deal? Look at Papa. Do you think he'll want the turkey? Yeah, a little while. It's a deal, Ben, said Papa. And they shook hands on it. Papa was already imagining that mouth-watering Thanksgiving dinner. That roast turkey with stuffing and 2 kinds of potatoes, gravy, green beans, and squash. And then dessert, pumpkin pie with whipped cream, and maybe some ice cream on top. Yum! But Sister Bear wasn't so sure she liked the sound of this at all. She had never met her Thanksgiving dinner before. It made things more personal. And Squanto was such a beautiful bird, she liked him a lot. Look, Sister Bear likes the bird. And they want to eat it for Thanksgiving, her dad and her mama. Sister Bear wants to make it a pet. You know, Papa, she said as they drove home, I don't think having Squanto for Thanksgiving dinner is such a good idea. I think he would make a nice pet. A pet, said Papa in surprise. Who ever heard of a turkey for a pet? Look at that. Why not? Asked Sister. Lots of cubs have unusual pets. Barry Bruin has a raccoon. Lizzie Bruin has a goat. And Too Tall Grizzly has a snake. Why couldn't I have a turkey? Papa thought of that roast turkey Thanksgiving dinner with all the trimmings. Turkeys just don't make good pets, he said, and that's all there is to it. But Sister didn't like the idea of Squanto being a Thanksgiving dinner. Look, she's upset because she don't want him to be a Thanksgiving dinner. She wants him as a pet. The weeks went past and the leaves fell from the trees. The wind grew positively chilly. And then one day a few flakes of snow fell. Thanksgiving was drawing near. Every day Sister visited Squanto at the farm. He was growing fatter and finer. His feathers were bright and glossy. When he spread his tail, he looked like a big black... red, and gold peacock. Aw, that's pretty, isn't it? But the closer it got to Thanksgiving, the sadder Sister got. She liked Squanto more and more each day. She didn't want to eat it for Thanksgiving. She wanted to keep him as a pet. Mama noticed that Sister was down in the dumps. You know, Sister, said Mama, putting her arm around her shoulder, Papa's right. Turkeys don't make very good pets. They aren't like dogs or cats. You can't play with them or run and jump with them. They're really just farm animals. I know, Sister sighed, but I still like Squanto. He's so pretty. Mama grew thoughtful. She saw that Sister was really serious about this. Now, dear, don't worry about it, she said. Papa and I will talk it over, and I'm sure we can work out something. Sister brightened up. Really? She said. You mean we won't have Squanto for Thanksgiving dinner? We shall see, Mama said, smiling. And in the meantime, I have a surprise for you. I've been thinking we should make this Thanksgiving into something extra special. Grizzly Gramps and Gran and Uncle Wilbur and Aunt Min and Cousin Fred will be coming over for dinner. I thought we could put on a show for them. A show? Said Sister, looking excited. She loved putting on a show. What kind of show? I thought the story of the first Thanksgiving would be appropriate, said Mama. It could tell about the Pilgrims and the native bears celebrated the first Thanksgiving together hundreds of years ago. Neat, said Sister. Will we have costumes? Of course, said Mama. We can make them ourselves. I have lots of old fabric we can use. But we'll need feathers for the native bears and headdresses. Squanto dropped lots of tail feathers, said Sister. They're perfect. I've been saving them. She ran upstairs to get her collection of turkey tail feathers. She brought them down to Mama's sewing room. Mama had the P book from the Bear Encyclopedia open to Pilgrims so she could see what their clothes looked like. You're right, dear, said Mama, taking the feathers. These are perfect. Do you know what else we'll need? Sister shook her head. Get off of her leg. What is that? Is that a tick? No. Some kind of bug. Sister shook her head. We'll need a script for the play, said Mama. Why don't you write one? Me? Certainly, said Mama, getting out her fabric and spreading it out. You know the story of the first Thanksgiving, don't you? I guess so, said Sister. She had heard about it in school over and over again. Every November, she should know it pretty well by now. Well, there you are, mumbled Mama, her mouth full of pins as she started to work. So Sister got out a pad of paper and a pencil and set to work. It was hard. She had never written a play before. She asked Brother for help. Sister wrote the script and Brother copied the parts of each player. Sister was so busy working on the play that she forgot all about Squanto the turkey for a while. But she still wants him as a pet, don't she, Scarlet? You think she does? When Thanksgiving Day arrived, everything was ready. The script was written and copied, and Mama had sewn beautiful pilgrim and native bear costumes. And the treehouse was full of wonderful smells of Thanksgiving dinner. Around 2 o'clock, Grizzly Gramps and Gran, Uncle Wilbur, Aunt Min, and Cousin Fred arrived. Sister and Brother grabbed Fred and took him up to their room to rehearse. Fred had a part in the play, too. An hour later, just before dinner time, Sister made an appearance on the landing of the stairs. She dressed as a pilgrim maiden. May I have your attention, please, she called. The grown-ups all turned toward her. Oh, isn't she darling, said Aunt Min. Sister did look very cute in her pilgrim hat. We will now present the story of the first Thanksgiving, she announced. The grown-ups all applauded and found their seats to watch the play. Look at pretty birds. There might be blue jays, I'm not real sure. The Pilgrims lived in the old country. They wanted to worship God in the way they believed was right. But the rulers of the old country would not let them do this. The Pilgrims decided to leave their home and seek a new land where they could worship in freedom. I'm a pilgrim. I'm going on a dangerous journey. Yes, we are going on a dangerous journey on a ship named Mayflower. We will try to find the new world, but we are scared. We've never been on the ocean, but we are willing to try. Look, there they are. So they went off to find the new world, but it was bad. They got seasick, but one morning they spotted land. Hooray, hooray, now we can build our new homes. After going to shore, they found a good place to live. They called it Plymouth. They gave thanks to God for bringing them safely to the new land. Then they got to work building houses for their village. Finally, it was finished. Everyone had a home. Look, who is that coming into the village? It is a native bear. I hope he is friendly. Gosh, how long is this? Still a lot. Okay, we're going to do this in parts. So this is part 1, and I'll continue it.